Excellent. All right, welcome back to day 2 of this 3-part training. I'm super excited. I've just told the ladies in the group as well that I'm really excited for today. If you have faced yo-yo dieting before and feel like you're constantly stuck on the hamster wheel, like nothing that you do feels like it's working, and you want this time to be your last time of dieting, then this video is for you. Even if you're just struggling with weight loss, bringing it back to basics, simplifying it, and not overwhelming yourself is probably one of the most fundamental things and important things that you can just do. Now, let's face it, the weight loss industry bombards us with countless strategies, diets, exercise plans, pills, potions, lotions, strategies, rules, timings, and regulations. It's easy to get lost in the chaos, attempting to do everything all at once, and that never works, right? But here's the hard truth. When we try to tackle multiple strategies simultaneously, we often feel overwhelmed and we get frustrated, right? And not only this, but we pick up little nuggets of misinformation and some information, let's be fair. We hear of other people's experiences with something else. And when we come to lose weight, it all seems to like resurface. All of this information that we've absorbed at some point or another, or again, we've witnessed a friend losing weight, for example, on a ketogenic diet, right? Oh, well, it worked for them and it must work for me. When we come to this conclusion or this change where we say, right, okay, I need to lose weight, all of these little bits of nuggets of information and stuff that's stored at the back of our memory just kind of seems to resurface. And then we feel the need to do it all and to do everything, right? And the problem with this is we then feel like if we're not doing it all, nothing's going to work. And I get it. It's the all or nothing mentality, right? I see the all or mentality, or nothing mentality in myself every day at work, right? Most days I don't feel like I've gotten enough done throughout the day, but this is something that I am working on every single day and acknowledging just how much I have done. The same sort of mentality applies. It's like, well, if I'm not doing everything and I'm only just doing a couple of things, like even in that sentence, that sentence is quite toxic, and you can probably hear that. And people say, well, I'm only just doing this, or, well, I'm only just doing this. My clients, oh my goodness, all of my clients in the first month, they say, Bianca, but I'm only just doing this. Like, where's the beef? Where's the, well, obviously not beef because we're all vegan here, but where's the meat of the program? Where's the most of the information? And I'm like, this is it. The problem is we overcomplicate things. Google is so fantastic, but it throws up so much. And then our brains are like, oh, I can't compete. Our brains aren't robots. Our brains can't sort through all the information and work out what we need to do in a way that makes it work for us. So we feel like we're drowning. The more we complicate our weight loss journey, our weight loss efforts, the harder it becomes to see results. It's just like spinning too many plates at once. It's exhausting and it's unsustainable. Research consistently shows that when we scatter our focus across multiple different methods, the effectiveness of each just diminishes, right? We struggle to measure progress and identify what's truly working amongst all of this as well. And it's just the cold hard truth that humans struggle to multitask, even us women. The problem is the quick fixes can always help you get results, but 99% of the time you'll end up right back where we started. When we get on a diet that feels like we need to change everything at once, we know that it's not the right diet for us, right? As we've discussed, this doesn't work optimally. So today's a very short introduction. I'm going to dive into these tips because, again, I just want to simplify it. I don't want to overcomplicate it. I want you to focus on the following steps as your entire start to your weight loss journey. And I guarantee you at the end of this video, you're going to be like, what the fuck? That, like, you're a weight loss coach. That's all you're getting me to do? Yes. That is all I'm getting you to do. I want you to focus on the following steps. And I totally understand that these aren't groundbreaking things, right? They're not groundbreaking. They're not coming out of the newspapers. Oh my God, this brand new technique. I get that. However, I can guarantee you that if you are not consistently already doing all four, this is the problem. And we're trying to commit to too many things at once. Now, each of these points that I'm going to talk about today is intrinsically linked with weight loss. So in honing into all four of these for the next couple of weeks, you will drop fat. And most likely it will feel effortless, because I'm not going to get you to go out and exercise for 5 hours a day. I'm not going to go and ask you to strip back your diet to 300 calories a day or even 1,200 calories a day, right? I think I'd keel over and die if I was on 1,200 calories a day. Like, it's just not fun. The problem is, with the diet industry has told us that we need flashy new pills or the prettiest new strawberry flavored milkshake or a regimented workout plan. We need these big, luxurious things, right? And you'll see this come January, okay? I guarantee you every one of us is going to come across some sort of January introduction plan, and it all revolves around the diet industry. The diet industry is one of the biggest industries in the world. It makes so much money on people's hopes and dreams when the four basic things that I'm going to tell you today are free, don't take up, technically one takes up longer than 5 minutes, but I'll tell you that, don't take up any extra time. And the reason why that they're not out there is because people can't profit off of this. I'm telling you in a free training, right? That's why these things aren't obvious. Or they are obvious, but they're not preached at us because it's not feasible for companies. Now, while some of these may have their place, like a pill or supplements or a meal replacement, while some of these may have their place, and I say place very loosely, they are just irrelevant if you're not nailing the basics first. So again, to recap before we move on, the principle is very simple. Every single day, not tomorrow, not the next day, not yesterday, just every single day, you're going to focus on how you can do these daily tasks at the best of your ability for that 24 hours. Again, we don't need to overcomplicate it. That's the benefits of these four basics. All you got to do is focus one day at a time, one 24-hour period. Simplify. Right? This is why today is so important. We're like, oh, what are we going to do for the next week? Oh, what are we going to do next week? Oh, but what about food next week? Oh, but what about exercise next week? You're already starting to create extra stress, extra drama, extra worry in your head, when already you've got a lot to focus on because we're changing up our lifestyle as it is. So again, we're just overcomplicating it and just making it difficult and stressful. It needs to be stress-free. So do you have a pen and paper ready? Jeanette, you probably weren't looking, but I just saw Brenda like shaking her head going, oh shit, no. Right, okay. So grab a pen and paper, guys. Jeanette, you're going to get this on replay anyway, aren't you? So we all know you're going to get replay. We'll get you the replay. So all we've got to do is write these down, whether you write it on a notepad, on a sticky note, and stick it to your forehead. All you need to do is focus on 4 things this week. Now, I'm going to go into each one of them, and I'm going to break down the reasons why, because I want you to see that there is science behind this, and I'm not just blabbing some random shit at you. And there is science behind these 4 things, okay? I know you're not back yet, Brenda, but you're going to have time to catch up, I promise you. The first thing that I need you to do, and you're probably going to roll your eyes at me, great one, Brenda's got a pen and paper, is drink 2 to 3 liters of water a day. How many of you can you honestly say that you drink every day without fail up to 3 liters of water a day? Very few people struggle with this. No, very few people struggle with this. Even my athletic clients struggle to get in 3 liters of water a day, right? Hell, I've got all of my Tracking strategies, as we talked about in the video yesterday. I've got all of my tracking strategies. I got all the freaking bottles. Honestly, my partner's going to kick me out one day because I've got like 100 bottles under the sink. I've got all the bottles, I've got all the stuff to make sure that I hit my goal. I basically have not moved mountains, but I bought a shit ton of water bottles, right? I've done everything to do this one thing that makes it easier for me. So I find that the easiest way for me to get in mine is I just set out little rules for myself. Again, simplify it, make it stress-free. I finish this bottle and I finish my gym bottle. That's it, right? Whatever works for you. But drink 2 to 3 liters of water a day. Simple. Jeanette, I saw that you wrote something in the chat. We'll make notes on replay, getting excited for tomorrow's announcement. Oh, honestly, I'm getting so excited for tomorrow's announcement. Don't even start. I'm doing that now. I have 1 liter first thing, only way. I'm assuming, not entirely sure what you meant by that, Jeanette. Can you clarify? Right, okay. So why is water so important? Well, it's an appetite regulator, okay? Sometimes and oftentimes thirst is mistaken for hunger. Again, not groundbreaking information here, guys. You probably know this, but it's great to just resurface this. Staying hydrated can help you control the appetite and prevent from overeating because we're actually thirsty. Do you remember I said that our bodies know exactly what it needs, but our brains will override? This is exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I've mentioned this in a couple of training videos beforehand. So what happens is our hunger, we think that we've got this hunger when actually it's coming from our minds. It's emotionally fed. Now, hang on a minute, I think I've just given away my point, like my later point, but anyway. Sometimes thirst can be mistaken for hunger. So the problem is that our signals are mixed up and we're not entirely sure whether we are hungry or not. So drink water. With my paid clients, I tell them, if you're struggling with your appetite and you don't know if you're hungry or not, go and drink a glass of water. I do it all the time. If I'm like, oh, I'm peckish, or oh, I feel hungry. Okay, just down a liter of water or a pint of water. I really struggle to down fluids. Wine seems to go down fast enough, but water doesn't seem to go down as fast somehow. But I will always drink a big glass of water when I feel hungry, and that just suppresses my appetite as well. It's great. Number 2, metabolism support. Now, proper hydration is actually crucial for optimal metabolic function. So basically your insides aren't going to function as best as they can without water, and studies have suggested that drinking water can temporarily boost that metabolism, leading to increased calorie burning, right? Leading to a better assimilation of nutrients and vitamins and minerals. And we want to make the most of this beautiful plant-based lifestyle. If you're not plant-based and you're watching this, that's totally fine, but we still want to absorb as much of the nutrients from our food as possible. And we also want to boost our calorie burning power. So why not drink more water for that? If that's what it does, then do that, right? Calorie intake reduction. So choosing water over low calorie beverages, over like sugary beverages. Coca-Cola is going to be everywhere, guys. You're going to see the truck everywhere you turn for the next couple of months. It is not even a beverage. It cleans toilets. I get so angry with the Coca-Cola company because it literally cleans toilets. Anyway, choosing water over even low-calorie beverages or sugary drinks or high-calorie beverages can significantly reduce the overall calorie intake, which is obviously going to help with weight loss. So the more water you drink over the calorie, whether it's low or high-calorie beverages, the less room you've got for those, right? On waking, 1 liter of lemon ginger water, great start to the day. If I don't do this, don't drink enough. Yeah, see, okay, that's a really good point that you've made there, Jeanette. It's like the first thing that we do in the early hours. So the first couple of hours is probably the most important few hours of the day, and it really sets us up. I personally feel like this. Please let me know if you feel like this as well. Like if I have a really powerful few hours in the morning, I will feel like I can do everything. That's why I put my gym session in the early hours of the morning, because if I get up and I literally just think about the next step, putting my clothes on, getting in the car, driving to the gym, doing my warm up, doing my stretches, right? I just think about the next thing to get me there. But if I have a powerful morning, then that really helps me stay focused for the rest of the day. And I feel the same, Jeanette, as well. So Jeanette says that she drinks 1 litre of lemon ginger water. Fantastic. Same with me. I know that by the time I leave the gym at 7:30 in the morning, I need to have drunk my first litre. That doesn't include any water when I first wake up, but that's just my first litre. So yeah, absolutely. Just the first few hours in the day can be the most important, because that can also set the path, pave the way for the rest of the day. You're probably going to feel a little bit more motivated to drink more water if you've already downed a litre of water, because you know you've only got 2 litres left. Right. Another reason why water is important is because of fat breakdown. So water is essential for the process of lipolysis. Yeah, I think I pronounced that right. Which breaks down fats into usable energy. Okay, so basically proper hydration supports this process, making it easier for the body to metabolize stored fat, i.e., when you're hydrated, it is possible to lose fat. When you're dehydrated, your body doesn't have the fuel that it needs to burn fat. It's simple. It's not just a matter of, oh, you might be hungry, so drink water. It's also essential to burn fat. So exercise, so being adequately hydrated is vital for optimal exercise performance as well. So when you exercise, staying hydrated helps maintain energy levels and endurance and flexibility. I'm going to add here as well, allowing for longer and more intense workouts that can contribute to weight loss. Now, I'm going to give you a prime example, right? When I first started getting into exercise, I used to do aerial silks. That was my gateway exercise. And I loved aerial silks. But one day I went there and I was severely dehydrated. I'm not going to lie, I think I was just hungover. And I went there and I could not do my normal stretches. Just like half of the stretch I could barely do. So for example, if it was the splits, I could only do half the splits. If it was like touching my toes, I could literally just about touch my shins. My flexibility was completely diminished. So if that was just flexibility, think about performance. So again, staying hydrated is going to increase your performance, and therefore the performance is also going to give you more results. And water retention. Paradoxically, dehydration can actually cause the body to retain water, leading to the bloating and water weight gain. Drinking enough water can help regulate fluid balance and reduce water retention. So there is the science behind drinking water. Do you believe me now that we need to drink 3 litres of water? Are you with me? Love the support, Brenda. Right. Speaking of water, I've run out of mine. Oh, and I'm running out of breath as well. Okay, are we ready for step number 2? 2 of your basics. Simplify weight loss. No stupid rules. We're not going to do any intermittent fasting. We're not going to do any vegan keto diet. We're not going to do, we're going to eat whole food, plant-based, because that is literally the healthiest diet on the planet, right? But you can also apply all of these 4 rules to any diet that you have. Even if you say to me, Bianca, I still want to eat McDonald's on a Friday, I'm just going to say, okay, as long as you stick to these 4, I don't care. As long as you stick to these 4, I don't care. Stick to these 4 for 4 weeks, maybe even a month, and you will still lose fat. Number 2, cardinal rule number 2, sleep 7 to 9 hours. And again, you might be saying, Bianca, I've heard you saying this before, but how many of you actually intentionally sleep for 7 to 9 hours? How many of you actually set aside time on your calendar to sleep that long? Some of you might, yeah. You do. Do you, Brenda, do you put that sleep in? Well done. Well done. Sleep is important. Especially if we have any autoimmunity diseases or illnesses or anything like that, our body needs to rest and recuperate, right? So we need that excess sleep. Conversely, or on another point there, sorry, is that if we need to lose weight, our body needs that rest and it needs that sleep. So 7 to 9 hours is going to give you hormonal regulation, right? So I don't specifically go out there and say that my programs regulate hormones. I don't do a specific protocol, but everything that I focus on with my clients naturally regulates hormones. And sleep is one of those things. So sleep influences the production and regulation of hormones related to appetite and metabolism as well. So you've probably heard of leptin and ghrelin before. So leptin and ghrelin are two key hormones that are affected by sleep. Leptin actually signals satiety. So it tells your body that you're full, which is a hormone. So the hormone tells your body you're full, but ghrelin stimulates hunger. So ghrelin actually says that you're still hungry. A lack of sleep will disrupt the balance of these hormones, leading to increased feelings of hunger and decreased feelings of fullness. So not getting enough sleep literally tells your body that you need to eat more or need to eat less. It just throws your hormones out of whack. Now, metabolism and energy expenditure, sleep deprivation can negatively impact your metabolism. That's leading to a decrease in the number of calories burned as at rest as well. So you might have heard that cardio, well, I don't know what you've heard, but cardio isn't always the best way to lose weight. Weightlifting can help you a lot more than cardio. It is less impact on the body, but also for the rest of the day. So say you worked out in the morning, you did a cardio session and you did a weight training session. Now in the cardio session, you're more likely to burn more calories than in the weight training session. But in the weight training session, after the weight training session, you're more likely to burn more calories at rest because you've got a boosted metabolism. Whereas the cardio often depletes the metabolism a little bit. Not in a bad way, but it can increase your stress if you're doing like HIIT classes every single day, for example. So sleep can affect your cravings and food choices. We probably know this, right? Poor sleep can influence the food choices and cravings, often leading to a preference for those high calorie, high carbohydrate foods, the sugary snacks, the crisps in the afternoon. These choices can contribute to weight gain and difficulties in losing weight, insulin sensitivity, so sleep deprivation. So whether you're just even depriving yourself of 1 or 2 hours a night and thinking, oh, it's okay, I'm one of these amazing people that can thrive off of 5 hours sleep, I guarantee you, not thriving, you're surviving, barely. So sleep deprivation can reduce the body's sensitivity to insulin, the hormone responsible for regulating blood sugar levels. Reduced insulin sensitivity can lead to weight gain and an increased risk of developing even type 2 diabetes. So it is scary how sleep can affect your entire body. Illnesses. It can create illness and disruption of the circadian rhythm. So your circadian rhythm is your natural sleep-wake cycle that every human has just innately. Irregular sleep patterns or a lack of consistent sleep can disrupt the body's internal clock, right? And this makes it really difficult. It affects various metabolic processes. So your body will go through different phases of rest and heal and digestion and stuff throughout the day, naturally does. And that is also linked with the weight loss and weight regulation. Is this all making sense so far, guys? Yeah, okay, fantastic. Okay, step number 3, pen and paper at the ready. Before we go, sometimes need to go over your sleep training again. Yes, sleep training is really good. Obviously not as in-depth as I give my clients. With my clients, they get like a whole sleep protocol to make sure that they get enough sleep and to make sure that they're getting regular sleep and make sure that it's working with them. And we all have slightly different sleep patterns, right? You might have heard of like the wolf dolphin theory, which is basically what your own personality according to the time of day. We all thrive off of different timings. However, for the most part, we're designed to be awake when it's daylight. We're designed to be asleep when it's nighttime, right? So if you're one of these people that does night shifts or shift work, it is going to be more difficult for you. And that's where it gets a little bit more specialized. So, I need to get another water. Right. Top tip to simplify weight loss, number 3. Eat when you're hungry. Eat when you're hungry, not because of the time, not because it's breakfast, not because it's dinner, but eat when you're hungry. And stop when you've had enough. Eat when I'm hungry and stop when I've had enough. Now, the ironic thing is our bodies know exactly how much food it needs. However, we are taught to outsource our own intuition and our own wisdom and base our actions on emotion. And this is what I was talking about earlier. So, for example, we might eat because it's breakfast, because it's lunch, or because it's dinner. We're attuned to eating 3 times a day. We eat because it's a coffee date, even though we've already had lunch and we were full 5 minutes ago. Or maybe we drink perhaps because it's a celebration. Either way, we are socially forced to overconsume and cope with emotions through consumption. It might seem innocent, a cake over coffee, or go in for some food to catch up with your friends. It may seem innocent, but all of these little things are getting in the way. Every single bite, taste, every time you finish the plate for your kids, any last mouthfuls after you know that you've had enough, this is all overeating. And I used a perfect example the other day. And I had some pasta and I had a little tub. And I poured the pasta into the tub and I said to my client, look, this is imagine this is your stomach, right? We have kind of like, we've had enough to fill the stomach. That's plenty. Cool. As soon as we start piling more on, it kind of fell off the pile and onto the floor. And I said, well, that's your stomach. So I want you to imagine that the pasta is the food. Where else is the food going? It's kind of going everywhere else, right? It's falling everywhere else because the stomach is already full. It has nothing else, no other space for it. So every single time, and I dropped in a piece of pasta, every single time you have a bite, every single time you have a lick, dropped a pasta. Every single time you just finish someone else's plate, I dropped a handful of pasta. It's going on top of the cup that I had and then overflowing, right? And then I picked up all the pasta on the floor. I said, this is after 1 week. You don't think in the moment that a single bite matters when you've already consumed an entire plate. But when you look at it like this, it does. So eat when you're hungry and stop when you've had enough. This seemingly very logical task is actually the most difficult of all 4 because of the emotional connections that our brain has with food, the reliances that our brain has on food. It's difficult to break the patterns, but all you've got to do, again, I'm going to simplify this. All you've got to do is just say, am I hungry? Yes, I'm hungry. Cool, I'm going to eat. Am I hungry? No, I'm peckish. Okay, that's not hungry. Water, come back. Am I hungry yet? Maybe. That's not hunger. That's not hunger. Water, come back. Eat only when you're hungry and stop when you've had enough. And alone, you will lose body fat. Once again, with no effort. Notice I'm not going out and telling you that you need to buy a freaking milkshake or pills. Someone tried to sell me a spray that you spray underneath your tongue to lose weight. I was like, girl, do you know who you're talking to? Like, really? I will come over there and I'll spray your entire face with this thing. That was my threat. My internal threat was slightly different. But this is the misinformation that's been spread out there, right? Is we need a potion, we need a pill, we need something flavorful to lose weight, but we don't. It is the most simplest of things and we just don't do them. This is why I wanted you to simplify your weight loss without having to change too much, without having to even think about changing your diet up, so you can thrive through Christmas. And if you followed these steps every day, even through Christmas, even on Christmas Day, without even changing the food that you eat, and yes, that's bad coming from a whole food plant-based weight loss coach, but I'm just trying to get you to get a fresh start, to get your hopes back so that you can start a diet and finish it. Then I want you to nail these basics. 4th one, are we ready? you're going to, and I can't claim this one. This is from one of my idols. I must not claim this one as mine, but it freaking works. You're going to write down everything you eat for the next 24 hours. Again, do you notice that we're just going to say, let's focus on the 24 hours that you have at hand. It's all we need to focus on. You wake up, grab a pen and paper. How can I drink enough water? Get enough sleep tonight? Listen to my hunger and fullness. And what am I going to have today? Right? It's not rocket science. Just do something. Just do it. Now, all you got to do is write down what you're going to eat for the next 48 hours. And again, don't be over restrictive. Don't overcomplicate this. I want you to literally take what I'm saying word for word. And I don't actually usually say that because I babble a little bit, but I want you to take exactly what I'm saying. I want you to write down everything that you anticipate on eating within the next 24 hours. If you have 5 biscuits in the afternoon religiously, you're going to put that on your 24-hour plan. Do you know why? Because you're creating a connection of trust and building a skill and habit that you have not yet had before. Because I guarantee you, at one point or another, you've overrode any of your promises or opinions, especially if you're in this training. I called out for yo-yo dieters because you probably struggle to stick to your own promises. You probably struggle to stick to what you tell yourself that you're going to do because you're starting again and again and again. Because you probably don't have the respect or love that you have for yourself to keep the promises. I guarantee you, if you made a promise to someone else, your best friend, your mum, you would stick to it. But if you said to yourself, Bianca, I promise that I am going to eat 3 meals today, are you going to stick to that? Or do you have 3 meals and a snack? Because that's lying. What this plan is doing is it is building the foundations for love and trust in yourself. So as you progress through your weight loss journey, you can tune it in just a little bit more. But for the next couple of months, keep it freaking simple and write a 24-hour plan. That's it. It increases accountability. Often when things are written down, it's like, boom, I got to do it now because it's already on paper. It's a plan. I've kind of actualized it. It's a plan. That's all it is. So creating a detailed plan really helps you become more accountable for your own actions. When we have it written down for the day, you're more likely to stick to it and avoid impulsive decisions such as snacking or skipping a workout or skipping your water, right? And you have it on a plan, so you're going to do that. Ease. This is all about simplicity and ease. Planning your meals and snacks for the day allows you to make healthier choices with ease. You can ensure that your meals are well balanced. You can make sure that they're nutritious and portion controlled, which are all crucial factors in, of course, managing your weight without having to plow through the excuses that your brain is coming up with in the moment that is saying how good those cookies are that have been brought to the office. You stop that argument. No, I have this on plan. That's it. You stop the internal arguments that you have on a daily basis, whether it's 5 of them or 100 of them. You probably don't realize, but you're always arguing with yourself. Should I have that biscuit? Oh, I'm not sure. If it's on your plan, no arguments, right? Time management. So planning your day ahead helps you manage your time efficiently. It helps you dedicate specific time for exercise, which, as we know, is really, really important. It just streamlines your day. So you're not sat there worried or wondering about food, not taking up time doing that, not having to dawdle around the shops because you don't know what you're having, right? You've already planned it. This is what I'm having. It helps you reduce stress because having a structured plan reduces stress. It reduces anxiety. It reduces the unknown from the day. And of course, as we know, stress leads to emotional eating and poor food choices. It increases your mindfulness. So just by planning what you're going to do for the next 24 hours increases your mindfulness, and writing it down encourages this by prompting you to think about your goals, what you're consuming, and how you're spending your time. Eating mindfully and being aware of your habits will sway you more towards the positive results, right? 2 more points about this is consistency. We do know that consistency is really important. When you have a plan in place, it becomes easier to stick to a routine. Consistency, following a healthy eating and exercise plan over time, is crucial for seeing results. So this daily plan is, again, just ingraining a little bit more consistency in your day. And the most important part of the 24-hour plan, honesty. By documenting your plan and activities for the day, or just your plan, all I'm asking you to do is just food plan, right? What you're going to do for food. No, you don't have to write down workouts or anything like that. Just at the start of the day, you're writing down your food. You can track your progress and easier spot unwanted patterns. This helps identify what works well and what needs improvement, allowing you to adjust your plan accordingly for increased results. It creates a level of honesty which you cannot escape from. Most of us try and pull the wool over our own eyes every single day. Simply such as taking a packet of biscuits and saying, oh, I'll stop after 2. I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that, right? I'm just trying to pull the wool over my eyes. I'm going to have 2, but I'm going to take the packet. Why don't you take 2 out of the packet and then take it to your seat? Because you know you're going to want more, but you're lying to yourself by saying, I'm just going to have 2, but then you take the packet. How many of you have done that before? Not portioned yourself out anything. And now you realize that you were just trying to lie to yourself, just trying to cheat yourself. So common. So common. And this is immediately setting ourselves up for failure, right? And then we get really pissed off and upset with ourselves because we're sabotaging our efforts. And it's like, oh no, I don't know why it didn't work. Because you set yourself up for failure. You didn't plan your day. You didn't set the parameters. You didn't listen to yourself. You didn't stick to your promises. No wonder why it didn't work, because you're not setting yourself up for success. You're setting yourself up for failure. How about we turn that around and set yourself up for success instead? So what I want you to do for the next at least month is work on your 4 basics. That's all I'm asking you to do. I'm not asking you to do crazy restrictive diet, calorie diets, crazy exercise. Yes, well, exercise is fantastic, and please get in as much as you can while you can. Just 10 minutes a day. If you already do 10 minutes, just 10 minutes more. You know, walk around the block once, or take a slightly different route. Whatever you do, anyway, that's cool. That's fine. As long as you work out your 4 basics. Use your common sense, right? Like I just said there with exercise. Don't just say, oh, Bianca said I need to work on my 4 things, so I'm not going to do any movement because she's told me not to do any exercise, right? Use a little bit of common sense and still do what you're doing, but just really focus on these 4. You don't need to focus on the new fad diet, or that you need a new drug, or that something else is going to work, or that we need a high fat or a low carb, or we need to cut out carbs altogether. No. All basics. That's all I want you to do. I want you to tell me what you're thinking today after hearing all of this. After hearing that in order to see results, you need to stop trying to do everything and start doing fewer things. How does it fit with you? How does it sit? Is it relieving? Is it worrying? Do you feel like you're not going to be doing enough? If you do feel like you're not doing enough, then there is a perfect example as to why you do need to simplify. Brenda, what are you thinking?
I just wanted to say, yes, I think for me, these really stand out as what I can do. Having the food plan and sticking to it, I do feel better when I write things out and have a plan, and I do achieve it. I plan to do when I have a plan, so that totally makes sense. And I don't make sure that I have the 2 to 3 liters of water a day, and eating when I'm hungry. Sometimes I just eat because that looks good. My family's having that. So these are 4 things that I think will help me lose weight. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're most welcome. It wasn't the clearest of lines, so I hope that I was clear for you. But yeah, I mean, it's just really interesting to see, because a lot of people might sit here now and go, oh my God, these are the, like, you're only telling me to do this, and people just start going into overdrive and panic and overstimulation. It's like, whoa, 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 like, chill out. This is all I'm asking you to do, right? My clients get results. So I'm not going to tell you stuff that's not going to get you results. So if you are one of these people having a little bit of a worry, having a little bit of concern, just do this, right? Get off that hamster wheel and just focus step by step. Focus on the day at hand. That's all you need to do, is worry about the day at hand. Not even worry, but worry about the day at hand. And just focus on it being the best day. And then tomorrow, how can I make this day the best day? So please let me know, everyone else as well. I understand that you probably can't talk, Jeanette. Everyone else, please let me know what your thoughts are. Send me a DM. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I'm going to stop recording in a minute. Jeanette, oh, before you guys go, as Jeanette said, I've got a huge announcement coming tomorrow. I mean, I really struggle saying tomorrow because it's not finalized. I don't actually know if it's going to be ready tomorrow, but I'm going to release it anyway. I've got some really, really crazy, stupid, exciting news to tell you, which I have been told not to do, but oh well, I do it. I'm going to do it for you. So you've got to stay tuned for part 3 on how to kickstart your weight loss journey. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow for part 3. Ladies, you're more than welcome to stick around just for a few minutes.